of the NBA. But to further the conversation, let's welcome in the booth who lent their voices to this here broadcast, Bob Rathman, Dominic Wilkins, and Vince Carter. Fellas, again, sticking to the script felt like the theme for the evening because the Hawks were ready to go and were able to get out on the good foot to finish out this regular season.
And you guys touched on it. I thought that second quarter was, you know, in terms of Hawks history, one of the greatest quarters we've ever seen. 49 points. They hit their first 14 shots of the quarter and really never looked back. But Trevor and Brian are right. You don't know quite what to expect on a night like tonight, and then it did turn out great.
Well, you know, you're absolutely right. But what the Hawks did, and they've said many times tonight, they came out with energy and a sense of urgency. And I thought the ball moved as well as we've seen it. I mean, 80 points in the first half. That indicates how well the Hawks was playing. But I thought the defensive end really dictated a lot of that offense. They really picked it up defensively. Got a lot of turnovers. They was able to get out in the break, get to the basket, get to the free throw line. So that's why they had such a high efficiency on the offensive side of the ball.
And you can take this and build on it for the rest of the season. So when you have a drop-off, you can now reference how you played in the first half and how you finished the games, because right now it's all about a successful season and how do we get that? We want to make the playoffs. What does it take? Well, it takes this effort, night in, night out. Maybe you don't score 136 points, but it's the mentality, it's the approach by your superstar players and your role players.
And beating these type of teams, these are good teams in the Eastern Conference. So when you can win them, I wouldn't say it makes the other games that you play, the teams that's not as good, as easier, but it gives you a sense of really a good feel about yourselves and as a team that, hey, if we can beat these teams, we should be putting these other teams away. That's
well, real quick, and then when you're not playing well and you're trying to play from behind, you now know how you need to play on both sides of the ball, which is important.
Right. If the Hawks are going to make this run that we all think they can make to close strong, get in the playoffs, reestablishing dominance at home is a major key. And tonight was a step in the right direction.
You know, you win, say, 60% of the rest of these games, 65% of these games, you're going to be in that position to be in the playoffs instead of the play-in, which you don't want. You don't want to be in the play-in.
And most importantly, depending on where you end up, if you're in the play-in tournament, you'll probably be a 7th, 8th seed. That means you're on the road. So your defense must travel, first and foremost. And then even if your offense isn't working, you can still rely on defense, getting stops, getting out in transition, trying to get fouled. Because we noticed when they got one stop or got a stop, got in transition, they were getting open threes, layups, fouls, and they blew the doors off.
I thought one of the big keys tonight was the play of the bench.
Yes.
I thought
The bench was huge.
He hit him, really. Kongwu was great. Bogey got hot in that second quarter. And if the bench can continue to do that, good things ahead.
And in short spurts, you guys like Johnson, who also played well in the early going in that first half. So it was a total team effort. I mean, look at the balance scoring by the Hawks. Even though you had your backcourt scored a majority of the points, everybody got in. And Hunter, who didn't really shoot the ball well, was 3 of 8 from the floor. Usually he's a 18, 20-point guy, you know, during the stretch of these games that we've been playing right now. So if the Hawks can continue to play together like that, they dictate their own destiny.
No doubt. Okay, guys, back to you.
Fellas, appreciate it as always. Great job on the call. Always a pleasure listening to you.